Stay tuned to this channel for some intriguing mysteries in Christmas history as we deliver you a series of historical stories relating to Christmas this holiday season. Christmas is a widely observed holiday, and many customary events take place during this time. Here are some of the sinister beginnings of modern Christmas customs. 1. The tragic story of Good King Wenceslas. Good King Wenceslas is a popular Christmas carol about a kind king who helps a poor peasant in a snowstorm. However, not a lot of people are aware that the song is based on a real person who died in a very unfortunate way. Wenceslaus I was Duke of Bohemia. He was born in 907 AD. Wenceslaus was an amazing ruler and often helped his people in any way possible, even going as far as giving away his own personal belongings to those less fortunate. In 935 AD, while attending a mass on Christmas Day, he was assassinated by his brother, Boleslaus the Cruel. Despite the fact that he was killed in a brutal way, Wenceslaus was declared a saint posthumously, because of his good deeds during his lifetime. 2. The surprising origin of hanging Christmas stockings. Packing stockings with treats is a fun Christmas tradition, but it may have originated from a grim story of illness and poverty. The tradition of giving gifts on St. Nicholas Day is tied to a story about a 4th century bishop who overheard an elderly man bemoaning the fact that he would not have enough money to supply his 3 daughters with a dowry. At that time, women who didn't have enough money to get married became prostitutes instead. The legend says that St. Nicholas was so touched by the old man's difficult situation that he secretly came into the family's house at night and put bags of gold into their stockings, which were hanging by the fireplace to dry. After the 3 women and their father lived happily together, the bishop was later anointed as Saint Nicholas. He became the patron saint of children and at least one inspiration for Santa Claus. 3. Controversy of Christmas Carol. Even while door-to-door carol singing is now a harmless holiday entertainment, it was historically frowned upon and even deadly. Carolers or wassailers of the 17th century would arrive at homes unannounced and demand to be given the residents' finest food and drink. They occasionally sang songs with lyrics like, "We've come here to claim our right, and if you don't open up your door, we'll lay it flat onto the floor," and threatened violence and rape, as well as property destruction. One minister in the early 1700s was critical of the celebration of Christmas and the practice of singing carols. He claimed that caroling led people to rioting, chambering, fornication, and wantonness. 4. The origins of milk and cookies. The tradition of leaving out milk and cookies for Santa began being popularized in America during the Great Depression. In order to teach their children that giving is equally as rewarding as receiving during that period of economic distress, parents reportedly urged their children to leave cookies for Santa. 5. The dark origins of mistletoe. Mistletoe has some darker beginnings, despite the fact that we now think of it as a plant to be kissed under. Because the Druids regarded it as a kind gesture, religious authorities in England forbade it. UK's York Minster Church started to hold a special mistletoe service every winter. In that service, criminals from the town could go and bring a sprig of mistletoe to be pardoned for their wrongdoings, as long as they promised to not get in trouble for the rest of the year. At the cathedral gates and the city gates, they would reportedly proclaim public and universal liberty, pardon and freedom of all sorts of lower and sinful individuals. Even now, some churches still decorate their altars with mistletoe throughout the holidays. 6. The spooky story of the Nutcracker. There's a tale about a 7-year-old girl named Marie who is said to have cut her arm open after being startled by a dream about her toy Nutcracker coming to life. Her godfather Drosselmeyer then told her a story about a man who was given the ugly appearance of a nutcracker by a ruthless queen while she recovered from the dream. Marie was then taken away into the doll world to marry the Nutcracker when she eventually declared that she would love him no matter how he looked. Despite the fact that Marie would have been 8 years old at the time of her marriage, the two were married a year after they first met. 7. The chimney and supernatural legends. As it turns out, there are other people who may enter homes through the chimney without being recognized besides Santa. Numerous European folklore tales depict supernatural beings entering homes through chimneys, both in a beneficial and evil manner. The brownie was a helpful household spirit who haunted homes at night through the chimney, according to Scottish and English folklore. Witches were also believed to enter homes through chimneys throughout the Middle Ages. In Pennsylvania in the 19th century, Pelsnickel or Belsnickel slipped down chimneys to reward good children with oranges and punish bad ones with a whip, while in Greece, goblins called Kalakantsaroi were known to enter homes through the chimney and torment the families inside. 8. Christmas parties and pagan festivals. The 25th of December has not always been a holiday for Christmas. Only after Jesus' death, more than 300 years later, was that birth date formally established by Pope Julius I. Prior to that, at least 3 distinct dates, March 29th, January 6th, and possibly in June, were used to commemorate Christ's birth. Somehow, the winter solstice and the Roman feast of Saturnalia both fall on December 25th. During this Roman feast, unrestricted drinking and the role reversal of slaves and their masters were tolerated. Schools were shuttered, lawbreakers were free to roam, and the wealthy were urged to offer gifts to the needy to stave off robberies. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to this channel.